κάνει τώρα, πώς χρησιμοποιούμε. Πολύ ωραία, μας καταγράφουν κιόλας. Στο κομμάτι που έχει να κάνει εδώ τώρα στο σεμινάριο είναι το ότι μέσω της δημιουργικής γραφής γλιτώνουμε το burnout. Μαθαίνουμε να χρησιμοποιούμε καλύτερα τις συσκευές μας, γιατί γράφουμε περισσότερο, οπότε παίρνουμε και λίγο απόσταση από τον ψηφιακό κόσμο και μαθαίνουμε και να επικοινωνούμε καλύτερα, γιατί επικοινωνούμε καλύτερα γραπτός.
Αυτό που μου κάνει πάρα πολύ εντύπωση είναι ότι οι εταιρείες μεγάλες του software πλέον που αναπτύσσουν το artificial intelligence παίρνουν γλωσσολόγους.
Ναι.
Γιατί πλέον αρχίζουμε και μιλάμε, και τώρα που χρησιμοποιώ το artificial intelligence τα τελευταία, είμαι πολύ εντυπωσιασμένος,
Ναι.
πρέπει να γράψεις σωστά και να
Σωστά.
επικοινωνήσεις μαζί του. Και
Ακριβώς.
αυτό δηλαδή είναι η μηχανή πλέον σε βοηθά, μάλλον θα οθήσει τους ανθρώπους να χρησιμοποιήσουν σωστά τη γλώσσα τους.
Ακριβώς.
Άκου τώρα.
Στο έκτο Διεθνές Συνέδριο που είχαμε της δημιουργικής γραφής τώρα στην Κοζάνη, είχαμε πάρα πολλές παρουσιάσεις με το AI και ήταν ακριβώς αυτό. Αν του δώσεις σωστά την εντολή, την ερώτηση, θα σου απαντήσει σωστά. Αν του τα πεις μισά, δεν θα σου πει αυτό που θες, γιατί δεν μπορεί να διαβάσει το μυαλό σου. Κανείς δεν μπορεί να διαβάσει το μυαλό μας. Γι' αυτό πρέπει να μάθουμε να επικοινωνούμε σωστά.
Και το άλλο που βλέπω τώρα είναι την γενιά Z, αυτή που γεννήθηκαν μεταξύ 1990 και 2010, έχουν μεγάλο θέμα να διατυπώσουν απόψεις. Πολύ μεγάλο θέμα. Πολύ μεγάλο θέμα. Και έχουν μεγάλο θέμα να κάνουν confrontation, να μιλήσουν στον άλλον λεκτικά.
Ακριβώς.
Το τηλέφωνο. Άκου τώρα. Ναι. Γιατί λέει δεν μπορούν να διαχειριστούν τα συναισθήματά τους όταν κάποιος θα τους βάλει σε δύσκολη θέση.
Ακριβώς. Αυτό λοιπόν κάνει η δημιουργική γραφή. Επειδή ακριβώς τα γράφεις στα συναισθήματά σου, καταρχήν ξεκαθαρίζεις τι αισθάνεσαι. Κάποιο θα έρθει πρώτο, κάποιο θα έρθει δεύτερο. Δεν θα έρθουν και τα δύο πρώτα. Δηλαδή, αν έχεις θυμό και λύπη, εκείνο που θα βγει πρώτο να γράψεις είναι εκείνο που σε κατακλείζει. Το άλλο είναι δεύτερο.
Ναι.
Ο εγκέφαλος...
Οπότε ουσιαστικά δηλαδή, είναι σαν coaching εργαλείο κατά κάποιο τρόπο, δηλαδή πηγαίνει κάπως έτσι.
Είναι ολιστική προσέγγιση. Θα σου εξηγήσω πολλά περισσότερα όταν μας δοθεί η ευκαιρία. Πάντως, εσύ τι θα μιλήσεις τώρα, η
Εγώ θα
παρουσίαση?
μιλήσω για το... ουσιαστικά προσπαθώ να τους πω ότι τι γίνεται, ποια είναι η εμπειρία από το δημόσιο και από το τομέα που είμαστε εμείς. Είμαστε μια υπηρεσία που χρηματοδοτούμε για την ανάπτυξη τεχνικών δεξιοτήτων και προσπαθώ να τους πω τι έχει γίνει, τι έχει αλλάξει πια στο περιβάλλον και γιατί πλέον τα digital skills είναι απαραίτητα. Ουσιαστικά όμως αυτό που βλέπω εγώ είναι ότι τα digital skills μπορεί να μην τα έχει ο κόσμος, αλλά πιο πολύ τα soft skills τα οποία χρειάζεται ο κόσμος και να επικοινωνεί μεταξύ του δεν υπάρχουν και αυτό προσπαθούμε να τους το δώσουμε και να το χρηματοδοτήσουμε. Δηλαδή να μάθουν να συνεργάζονται.
Άρα λοιπόν να κοιτάξουμε να δούμε πώς μπορούμε να συνεργαστούμε και οι δυο μας. Γιατί κάτι έχω σίγουρα να πω.
Ναι,
κάτι έχουμε να κάνουμε.
Και από εμάς, ξέρεις, στο δημόσιο όπως πηγαίνει τώρα, στο ελληνικό δημόσιο. Προχωράμε, κάνουμε πίσω πρόχειρες λύσεις από εδώ από εκεί, κάπως έτσι πάει.
Όμως υπάρχει εξέλιξη.
We'll start. Welcome back. Hope the coffee was good. Perfect. So we are now moving to the other part of the event. Now today the idea was to go through, I don't know why it's closed. Just a moment. Here. So the idea was to develop some kind of workshops, but I think we are going to do it for the whole public. And now we're going to go with the first one, which is the topic is going to be presented by Manfredi Domina, the mindful use of technology by today's digital leaders. And he's going to present us, he's the CEO and the co-founder of Kepler company. And I'm going to just the ground for you.
Can you share the presentation on Zoom?
On Zoom, of course, yeah. I totally forgot. Just one sec. Where is them? I'm sorry. I'm.
That's okay.
But where is? It's open, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last icon.
Yeah, but I'm clicking on it and it's not working. Okay, maybe here. Yeah, of course.
Okay. No, salir, no. No. Salir doesn't. Okay, sorry. I had just old friend. So Zoom or like,
You know that in Italian, salire is take up. Yeah, so it's it's a translation problem.
Okay.
First time I've been in Spain, I arrived in Madrid airport.
Ανδρέα, πάγωσες.
There was the written salida. So I was with my friend and saying, we don't have to go up. So,
No.
saying it's exit. I said, okay, let's go up there. Yeah, it's go up. Salire per noi is go up, yeah. Uscire.
Αυτή. Ξεκινάμε.
Okay.
Yes, that's okay.
We can hear you. Everything is okay.
Okay, not yet. Okay.
875.
Inizia riunione.
Έχουμε ένα θεματάκι με το Zoom. Προσπαθούν να μπουν για να δείτε την οθόνη. Θα το καταφέρουμε.
Δεν μπορούν να μπουν στο Zoom σε εμάς.
Όχι, δεν μπορεί να μπει, να κάνει share την οθόνη για να βλέπετε. Sure.
Okay. Αν αλλάξεις τη γωνία που έχεις βάλει τον υπολογιστή και το φέρεις στη μέση, θα βλέπουμε ευθέως και δεν θα μας... θα είναι καλύτερο το φως.
I'm sorry. That's okay.
Hello.
I don't know why, because before it was.
Yeah.
Είμαστε εδώ. Which one is it?
Σοφία... εντάξει.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Perfect. And now you can share your screen from the Zoom.
Try this.
Can I?
Yes, yes, okay. There and do share screen. And then
Andrea. Oh, thank you, Sophia.
Yes.
Okay. Τη βλέπετε την παρουσίαση?
Ναι,
Ναι.
Τέλεια.
πάμε.
Am I? Or not? Yes, Ivan, the one, the blue button. Thanks. Perfect. See. Perfect. I mean.
Perfect. So you share.
Yes.
Compartir?
Yes.
Manfredo, we did it.
We are. The amazing thing about tech conferences is that there are always tech problems.
Yes. Sorry. Okay,
Okay.
so I leave you the
Thank
word.
you. So nice to meet you. I'm Manfredi Domia. I'm CEO and co-founder of Keplera. And thank you to Fabrizio and all of you for these amazing invitations. The speech of today has a title that is From High Tech to AI Tech. And let's start with my presentation. I'm from Palermo in Sicily, in the south of Sicily. Maybe it's more in Africa, in the north of Africa. I studied law, so today I avoid to make a law talk because you don't deserve it. I studied law after I studied at the European University of Rome, data protection, and in Berkeley for 3 months about ethics on AI. And now I'm a company guy, a startupper, basically. In Palermo, we started our own business in 2021, and we fight bureaucracy in Italy. You know, we don't like simple stuff. But a day in 2021, someone called me and says, we have a free place in our university. Can you come to us to teach? I say, what? We want you to teach at our university. So, you know, you can understand I'm a typical professor. If you imagine a university professor in Italy, I'm so strange about this role. And I started also this path. I took 101 flights in 2023. I'm trying to do better in 2024. When someone says to me, why did you choose to stay in Palermo if you travel a lot? Well, good food, good weather, sounds good. But it's okay, I have my family there, and I love my country, I love my city, so I prefer to travel. I'm a sort of a globetrotter, and I love this kind of life. And what about you? So I hope you want to interact today, so I please ask you some of you in 15 seconds to talk to me who you are, why you are here, and what's your background. I have to ask to someone, or come on. Icebreaker, come on.
Okay.
I know who you are. I know who you are. I don't know. I don't know.
It was just a pretty nice.
Come on. Okay, amazing.
Okay.
Second one.
Hello, I'm from Greece, from Athens. Actually, you already kind of know.
Yeah.
We began with each other at a cigarette time. Sorry. And my name is Dimitris.
Okay. Someone else?
Hi, my name is Sofia. I'm from Guatemala, and one of my passion is publicity.
Okay.
I like to be creative and like manage projects in
Okay.
a creative agency.
Amazing. Thank you all. And I think we will have some time to know all the others. Let's start with this speech. Today's menu. The job market in Europe, you will hear some statistics that you already knew, but we will have a different path. We start by the same statistic and we will go to another way. And some of things that I experienced in my job life and my studies, and I want to specifically talk about how AI is changing our life. And the last part, it's very brief part about AI and regulation and AI and ethics. It's, I think, 10, 15 minutes, and after I will speak something with Fabrizio that has some questions and all of you. Let's start. Why from high tech to AI tech? The high tech is using the most advanced and developed machines to create products. So, you know, all in our life is high tech. The computer is high tech, our smartphone is high tech. And we already understood how high tech changed our life. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we can't do things that today we do, like Zoom calls or something else. But what's happening today? AI tech, it's a change of paradigm. when computer systems are able to understand, learn, and create without the human contribution. So first of all, AI is not just ChatGPT. Okay, if we speak and we talk about AI, we are speaking about a technology that is partially ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an application of AI, but we are talking about a technology, a neural technology that can create, can think, can learn without human contribution. I know you feel uncomfortable with this. I don't feel uncomfortable with this because for me it's a statement, but I know that the world feel uncomfortable with this. The game's rules are changing and we work. Maybe I think one of the most important articles of the Italian Constitution says that the work is fundamental part of a person, and we work. So we are in a world, we are in an environment where we work, we have a job, and we don't want to lose our job. Sincerely, we want to work because basically we have money, and with money we can do whatever we want, our passions. So, and we love, in some cases, we love to work because we want to think, we want to create, we want to innovate, we want to take our contribution in this world, right? So we have to understand how rules are changing, because if we don't understand this, it's gonna be a bit more difficult to work in this new environment, right? So some data, it's the first page of the same study that she demonstrated a few minutes ago. From 15.4% of the entire workforce to 9% about new jobs in classic positions. So we have a loss of a workforce. It's a 6.4 decrease. Is a lot. But new jobs, it's a 5.7 of increase from 7.8% of 13.5%. And I'm sorry, but AI is not stealing our job. We are not able today, maybe, to understand how AI is improving our jobs. And what we have to learn, and not today with me, is how we can use AI to make better job, to make easier job, and to make understand how the human contribution is the really important part of our work, not the repetitive things that we do. We don't love to use Excel. With AI, we can really use Excel in an easier way, and maybe we can save 1, 2, 3 hours a week that we can use or to create something else or to do what we love. You already knew this. So 85 million of workers will have to change their work position according to new technologies, and 97 million of new jobs will be created because 84% of companies and public administration need to digitalize processes. The problem of digitalization is a really issue for public administration and for companies, because today all the processes are more liquid. So we have to follow this sort of river, and we have to manage the all data that we collect, that we use, that we have to in some way manage. The new paradigm, of course, requires new skills. What skills? Digital skills. I'm a really fan of hard skills. I'm sorry for that, but I think that critical analysis and soft skills are really, really important. But today we really need hard skills. So if I think about a government or a public administration or a country, I think that we have to change our part of school process, and we have to take the possibility to create programs, learning programs that are more concentrated on AI and technologies, not in the part of use technology to do not create or to do not think, but in the part of how technologies can help us. And kindness, it's a strange thing, but in the world of AI, human workers are asked for humanity. And this is a very important thing, because if we use automatized systems to collect data and to analyze data, at the end of the process, there is always a person that has to validate the results of the work of the artificial intelligence, and we need to have someone that has heart and soft skill to understand the right direction of that data and the right decisions, of course. There is always someone that takes the responsibility of the decisions, right? But one of the main important questions is, does AI is really changing our lives? What do you think about it? The question is not gonna change, but has changed yet our lives?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay. So you feel that your life has changed, your entire life has changed?
Not
No.
the entire life.
What has changed? The
Yeah,
job.
our work.
Okay.
That is our part of our life.
Okay.
Slightly, not dramatically, just slightly at this stage.
Okay. So the study life and the work life. Okay. Why your study life and your work life has changed? Because you use, say the name. Come on, say the name. ChatGPT, yeah. Okay, that's right. A part of our life has changed because of ChatGPT became a really useful tool to do something. But so we think like Mr. Nobel, the prize guy, yes, has changed, but not in the way that we think. I'm trying to give you an example, right? Before, the main use of artificial intelligence, not ChatGPT, I said artificial intelligence, the technology that stay behind ChatGPT, we had 200,000 of synthesized proteins. You know, it's no one of us, I think, is a medical or something like this in this room, but I think could be, we can understand that studying protein is very important because consent us to study the diseases of DNA, so it's a bit important, yeah. With AI, specifically with Google AI Gemini, in 2 or 3 years, we passed from 200,000 proteins synthesized to 200 million. So we made in 2-3 years what science didn't in 78 years. Okay, this is the real power of AI. The real power of AI is the use that humans can do of a very powerful machine. Okay. Talking about AI is also means talking about problems. Normally, from my point of view, we have 2 main problems. First of all, legal problems. Sorry, what I know. Ethical problems. So legal problems, AI works on data. So we have to protect our data. We did the GDPR in 2016, and this is, I think, one of the most important regulations that the European Union was able to do. And data protection is a real important issue, because if we take some data into AI, the AI learn from the data, and the AI can read the data and collect the data. Copyright protections. Yesterday, during our dinner with Fabrizio, in front of some pinchos and cerveza, we were talking about the creation of music with AI. But it's not just a music problem. It's music, is images, is a copy for social media, etc. So we have a copyright protection. What AI did, what people did, who is the responsible of this type of content creations. Administration of justice. We are in a world where some legislators are thinking about predictive law. We are thinking about some part of judgment that could be done by an artificial intelligence. Oh, now you are very uncomfortable. We have a lot of behavior problems, social scoring, face recognition, deepfake. If we read the AI Act, is not something to do on Sunday. We can see that European Union says that face recognition, deepfake, social scoring are absolutely not allowed in Europe. But if we go to Shanghai, this is a reality. So maybe we have to accord our regulation with all over the world. If we go to China or we go to some other countries, the face recognition is the technology that is the base on the airport security. And we don't know this. Legal certainty. So now we did an AI regulation that is 180 pages of regulation with a lot of principles, a lot of stuff written inside that has been approved this year. Is gonna start to be part of legislation of the European Union in the next 2 years. But if we synthesize it, more than 1.8 million of proteins in just 3 years, does we really think that this regulation could be the best regulation for AI in next 2 or 3 years? Question. Ethical problem. Today, and I'm going to finish up. Today, when we think about artificial intelligence, we're thinking about ChatGPT or Gemini, etc., right? These are technologies like Facebook, like Instagram, like WhatsApp, so on. So they are part of a business model of a company. And companies want to make money. So we use ChatGPT to make our lives simpler, but they are making money. So we can really improve our lives with artificial intelligence, but we have really to pay attention about the power that companies will have in the next years controlling these technologies. That's why our critical thinking, and I come back to soft skills, right? Why our critical thinking is the really important thing in using technologies like artificial intelligence. And at the end of the day, I remember you that artificial intelligence is a technology that is here to stay. We can't change the thing. And we must start thinking about a future in which we will be the ones to face and solve the problems that the coexistence between man and thinking machine will pose. Grazie. Not so long. Question, doubts?
It was very, very interesting.
Cake receipt?
Yeah, personally, it's like another way of seeing the AI.
Yeah.
Because many people have other opinions, but it's very interesting to see how you can like scope it. I don't know how to explain. Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, I have only one question about the copyright.
Yeah.
It's like copyright, how AI is learning itself, or a copyright about the results that AI is like showing up? Because we don't know actually how AI learns.
Yeah.
About if it's learning machine process, they just randomly process. It's a question actually that I have.
Yeah, the real problem of copyright is that.
Can you repeat the question for the
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, my question was about AI and copywriting based on arts, like song, picture, painting, and all the art creation, not only ChatGPT, but also Midjourney, a lot of AI materials. And my question is like, when we are discovering copyright, it's like the learning process or the process that extraction information from AI?
You know, the problem is not if we use AI to create something. In some way, so we can consider it a good thing. The problem is that we have the attitude to simplify our lives with AI. So if we do a work where someone asks us to create something, we don't have the expression, or we don't want to create that things because I don't care, right? And we use AI to create something and we say, hey, look what I did. So this is the real problem of copyright. Using AI to do not create something that we can create and say that we created it. Because the contents that we create through AI has a copyright that is from OpenAI or Gemini, etc. So there is not a lack of copyright. There is a clear copyright that is about the company that provided services of artificial intelligence. We can use that because we have some terms of use that says that we can use also for commercial stuffs, but we have to say that we created the things with AI. So the problem is when we say, I did this with AI, it's all my, I did this, I'm amazing.
So technically, the copyright is owned by the OpenAI.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Sorry. Okay. No, I never thought about this implication actually.
They created something to you. You asked someone to create something for you.
Okay.
And you have your output.
Yeah.
So if you go to an artist and says, please, my favorite painter, can you paint this amazing paint for me?
Obviously.
Yeah, of course, but it's always his paint.
Yeah. And if I take these suggestions and then do my own thing, is it like a 50-50? For example, if I'm writing a song and that's something that I actually did once. So I wanted to say, okay, let's try to.
In that case, it's your game.
Okay, so when I register.
I mean, it's your game. You can use a part of AI, a part of your work.
Yeah.
You say it's all my work. Maybe.
No, let's say that, for example, I'm gonna register the work of art which has done with a little contribution. What is supposed to be like 30%, 70%, or something like that, or can I register as my own?
For what I think you can register your own, because I think that never ChatGPT or OpenAI or Google never search your part of and says, hey, the 30% of the rights are mine. The problem is systemical. Okay, it's not about a song or a paint or something like this. But the problem is when you, for example, make an activity like a social media manager, think about it, and you are paid to create a plan with maybe I think could be 80, 90 posts on yearly, and at a certain point, you go online with a post that is offensive to someone. In that case, because I did this with some clients, what happens is that the social media manager says, it's not my fault. It's AI that write it, but it's your responsibility. It's not a problem of AI. You ask something to AI. What we have to think is that AI is stupid. That we think that AI is more intelligent than us, but really, AI is stupid. So it's a sort of a baby that have to learn constantly. It's it's stupid. It's a sort of cheater sometimes. It want to make you always satisfied. So when the AI don't have data to answer you, good, invent. It's a strange relationship, right? So it's we have to take care of this. We have to know this.
But how do you know when it's cheating, when it's inventing?
You can't. You really can't. And the first person I think that realized it in the United States is a lawyer that decided to prepare a causa judgment. The final part of a judgment, when you are discussing on a court in United States, you have to make the citation of the president. The president issues something like this, like McKinsey with the state of Pennsylvania. The statement of the court is that blah blah blah. He tried in the first month of ChatGPT. He says, "Hey, why I have to find all this stuff in different books? I don't want to do it. I will ask to ChatGPT. ChatGPT have to satisfy you. You pay him. He has to satisfy. So he started to invent. He went to court with all these fake presidents. I think he's not lawyer anymore. I'm sure he's not lawyer anymore. He has been suspended for 3 years for this. And it was the first case in the world where a big news like this. And in fact, I work in legal tech field. And when we started to think about other markets except the Italian market in working with, US is not one of the first market where we will come, because the use in legal field of AI is less than other countries because of him. I leave the floor for other speakers.
Don't worry. No, the technician wants to ask you something too, so.
Okay. Hello, I'm gonna put you, Manfred, sorry. Hello, you were talking about musicians. I've
Yep.
been musician for over 30 years,
Okay.
and I've been all over the world making music and producing albums. I'm trying to talk about a little bit about what you said about the AI and about the music. Okay, there's now a free option, and there's a lot of AIs that you can create your own songs in seconds, and that free option, they say that it's not for commercial options.
Yeah.
I mean, probably if you try to make money with that, probably somebody will say that it's from the AI or the software or wherever to create that. But nowadays there are some ways to pay. There are some options that you can pay a little bit. There's not too much.
You can buy the rights.
Yeah, and they said that you can buy the rights.
Yeah.
But nowadays you can do things that, I have an idea, which is these 3 chords and a couple of lyrics, which I create. And then I decide to put in the AI, and the AI can offer me options to improve my song. And that's the point where, I don't know, I've seen many videos on internet, and all the musicians are that we don't know what's gonna happen, because the creations, I start the creation and the AI only has give me ideas, and we don't know what's gonna happen. The thing is that if you put that, I mean, if you have that free option and then you publish that, probably somebody will come and say that.
Probably.
So, and thank you very much for letting me hear.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Shall we do Andreas now? Yep.
Thanks.
Andreas, do you want to present now?
Yes, thank you. Hello to all the attendees of the
Hold on a little bit.
Okay.
I'll organize everything.
He has the presentation.
You have the presentation, yes, so you should
Yeah.
share your screen and we can test
Okay.
your sound.
Okay, how is my sound?
Vale.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Levanta el audio,
I can only hear from my computer.
He's trying. Wait.
Yes, so let's mute my microphone.
Now you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I can't hear anything, so I believe that's okay.
So I mute my microphone because
No,
there's
no, 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 because
but we can
I
hear
hear
you just
echoes.
fine.
Okay, okay. Now I don't see anything also. So I believe that I'm heard, being heard. Sophia? Okay, okay. So hello to all the attendees of this workshop. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present you my opinion about all this evolution that happens nowadays. I'm going to present you, my presentation is going to be around 10 to 15 minutes most, and I'm going to talk to you about the evolutions that comes regarding the new era that we are living right now, and how is this being affected by technological evolutions and the fact that we are living in a complicated world, that we have to understand what's going on firstly. So let's start by sharing my presentation. Excuse me for the awful green color. That's what I found mostly, but I didn't have the time to make it more this presentation. So, who am I?
Just one, if you can talk a bit slower because there's
A bit slower, okay. So, my name is Andreas Ataloglu. I'm the head of monitoring and management unit for European Social Fund actions in the organization that is called Digital Transformation Program of Greece. So I'm going to talk to you about the case of Greece regarding this digital transformation program. The goals of this presentation is firstly for us all to understand the forces of modern economy that lead digital innovation, to say a little things about the impact of new educational standards and artificial intelligence on all these things, and to understand, to have a glimpse more of the Greek effort on digital skills. So 4 slides on modern economy firstly. The first slide regarding the modern economy has to do with what we are experiencing right now. All things started around the 18th century with the Industrial Revolution, which offered a lot of new technical advantages. And so the economic historians found that there are some waves of evolution, of innovation, waves of innovation. The first wave lasted around 60 years. And as we look back to time, we see that each wave is getting shorter and shorter. So Nowadays, we are experiencing the ending of the fifth wave and the beginning of the sixth wave. So having that in mind and be synoptical about the visualization.
We don't see your slide change.
What slides do you see?
Only the first one.
Okay, I'm the second. What can I do?
Try to do a
Sorry.
slideshow.
Oops, share. Okay.
Window, he needs to change.
Yeah.
You can select
At the time of sharing the screen, right?
Yes, now.
Okay, turn off the voice, please. Sophia, for us to see on the screen what are you watching? Okay. Now, okay, now the slide changed. That's what I want to say is that if someone was getting birth around the 70s as I, until nowadays, he's experiencing three different waves of innovation. My grandfather or my great-grandfather has experienced, did experience only one wave of innovation. If someone was born at the 900, at 8045 or something like that, he probably was experienced one wave of innovation. Nowadays, every person that's going to get born after the 20th century is going to to experience more than one wave of innovation. So, what practically means when we are going to talk about, when talking about a wave of innovation? Regarding the fifth wave of innovation that started at the 1990, and it is almost lasted until 2020s, we can see that the companies, the software companies that started around the 80s, had a capitalization of almost several billions euros. Now these companies have a capitalization of almost 15 billion dollars. And among the companies, we can see that there is a company called Tesla, which we don't know exactly if it is a software company, an automaker, a robot maker, or what else. So we are living nowadays the transition from the fifth wave of innovation to the sixth wave of innovation. And each wave of innovation creates new leaders, new economic giants. In the 70s, we were talking about the seven great sisters. That's what they were called, the petrochemical companies, like Aramco, BP, and these were the leaders of their time. Now we're talking about the magnificent seven, which is Apple, Microsoft, etc., etc. We don't know if these companies are going to survive the next wave of innovation. Because the next wave of innovation, and I'm going back to the is related with artificial intelligence and robotics mostly, and clean tech. So these are going to be the industries that are going to survive in the next wave of innovation. But each wave of innovation means that it creates new economic giants, new industries. Also, in geopolitical terms, it means that new countries have the ability to eat better. So in our modern world, we have three regions that compete. Among them, we have the Asian region. In geographical terms, the Asian region is China, India, Taiwan, Japan, Korea. We have the American continent with the leader of the United States of America, and we have the European continent, which also has Russia, has Great Britain, has Germany, France, and we can see that these are the regions that try to lead the economy, the economical game. In which areas? Mostly, as we can see, China is leading in advanced batteries, in commercial drones. US is leading in internet platforms, in synthetic biology, and both are trying to compete on areas as artificial intelligence, semiconductors and advanced manufacturing and stuff like that. Currently, Europe is leading only on regulation. This is the sad truth about our continent. And as we can see, artificial intelligence is the key factor that changes everything. So we have to talk about what does artificial intelligence practically means. So artificial intelligence has a lot of industries that support it. There are industries that create the hardware components, like processors, the memory, the storage, the sensor, like Internet of Things is based on a lot of sensors. Each car that nowadays is being produced has a lot, the majority of its cost is its software and its electronic equipment, like the sensor. Also, the companies that produce network equipment are now the leaders in their field. Also, artificial intelligence needs some advancement in the software industry. So we need the artificial intelligence framework. We need the simulation software. We need data management system. We need cloud service. Nowadays, in Greece, there is a majority of investments in data service, which around we're talking about billions of euros in investment in this sector. So we have the hardware, we have the software. Also, we have new materials. We need industries that are going to produce nanomaterials, new semiconductors, and new quantum materials. I can't understand what is quantum physics. Nobody really understands, but we are massively using it. So this is an industry that's going to come and it's going to be a leader. Whoever understands and produces more quantum mechanics. Another fact that we have to face regarding artificial intelligence is what are the data with which are going to fit the artificial intelligence. So we need training data that's going to be of high quality and are going to help artificial intelligence to learn. We need annotated data for supervising learning tasks, okay? And we need real-world reliable data. So again, in Greece now we have a new hypercomputer called Daedalus, and now our ministry is trying to find, we have a new hypercomputer, we're going to create a new artificial intelligence based on this hypercomputer, and now we have to invest on data so as to fit the artificial intelligence, so as to make it more reliable. So we are going to spend around 5 to 10 million euros in companies that are going to offer us access to their content that has to be reliable. I'm talking about reliable data because the majority of artificial intelligence now are searching on data that is not reliable on internet. So we need to create databases of reliable data. So we have a new artificial intelligence infrastructure that needs collaboration across fields and supportive ecosystem. And a new supportive ecosystem, which when we are talking about ecosystem, we need about the cooperation among government agents, public, semi-public or private companies, non-profit organizations, universities, all these uh, agents of evolution in the modern economy have to cooperate and have to be able to change, to talk the same language, which is very important, and to be able to sit on the same table and to be able to talk with each other in a very productive way. And the final slide is a slide that has to be like a call to all of us to understand that in this new wave of innovation, the leading economies are not, perhaps may not be the ones that we all know, because the former third world countries like India, Morocco, Argentina, Brazil, and etc. are the leaders in using the chat GPT. So these are some countries where their citizens are more eager to learn the new tools. So we have to have always in mind that ChatGPT is a new tool. A new tool is something that we have to learn how to use it and learn how to produce things with that. So now I'm talking about 3 slides on new trends in education, which is very important to understand. So we have to understand that the humans are not machines, are not robots. So all the educational system until now was focusing on and on making the people learn knowledge and information with a disciplined way. But knowledge and information is also a tool, and humans have to learn how to use this tool. In order to use this tool, they have to develop their attitudes and values and their abilities and skills. So a more and more advanced or way of learning the people how to use their abilities. It is interesting that in the Greek public sector, there is a massive effort right now to educate the, the public servants on using setting goal tools like smart, like if you know the smart setting measure up goals and etc. Or using coaching technique like the grow technique, or using techniques to create creative teams to how to set a creative team and how to cooperate. And these seminars take place right now and are massive to all the Greek public sector. So all the effort is how to create a person to be creative, to create a person, how to make the person, help the person to be creative. Now, there is a ranking on creativity that we now have. It is published from ISD by OSD. It is a ranking of that is being based on PISA examinations. And see here we see where is the Spain, the position of Spain, where is the position of Greece. Spain has the main score on creativity of around 33. I believe that Greece is going to have a lead on the way, and we are going to have an advancement. Perhaps we are going to be in this region that says no difference in the future. But now we have to establish to have in mind that all the persons, the kids, the grown-ups, have to learn how to be creative. This is the key factor that's going to create wealth in the sixth innovation wave. We have also modern methods of training. Here are a lot of methods. With the yellow, I have the methods that I'm going to say some few words more. As we are experiencing now, we have the macro learning. So we don't want a person grown up who has a lot of obligations to be able to study for 1 year all the theory regarding the human resource management. But we need to learn him how to be creative person in a team, how to be a creative person in project, how to cooperate. So we utilize the seminars, and a person may participate in a seminar of 20 hours, 30 hours in a semester, in the next semester in another seminar. And this is an effort that has an advantage. Okay, we drive the persons to continue to study and participate in seminars and in educational efforts. The second comment is around the artificial intelligence and adaptive learning. That's what we see now is that the majority of the application with which the person can learn things are starting to using AI-driven platforms. So Duolingo, for example, now says if you want to learn Spain, okay, I have some lessons for you. But if you want to start talking with an agent, you can start talking with an artificial intelligence agent. And this is the thing that's going to happen in the next years regarding the education. I believe that's going to be massive. And also, my comments around webinars and virtual workshops. The majority of the seminars that take place in Greece nowadays is based on webinars. And this is the only way that something so massively like educating all the public servants can happen with an economic, meaningful way, in an affordable economic way, and also it has its positives because many public servants participate in a seminar that could not participate otherwise because they could they had to participate physically in a place. So we see that the webinars are the key factor for advancing education for the grown-ups. So the Greek ecosystem, as I said before, an ecosystem is based on many participants that come from different regions, different areas from private and public sector. The same happens also in Greece. So I'm from Ministry of Digital Government. I talked before that my organization is the Operational Authority of Digital Transformation Program. We are the funding authority that will fund such things. We follow the digital transformation Bible the Bible that has been published in Greece. And we have a partner, the GRNet SA, which is a public organization that produces things. It's a platform that works in Greece, that works efficiently. So around the digital transformation Bible, I set some leading things that have to be done in the next decade. Around the others is that we have to develop the digital competence and skills of the people. Who are the people? Firstly is the citizens, and secondly is the people of the private sector employees and the public service, the public servants. It's the next slide. Sorry for that. Firstly, is we need to meet the national needs for the executives of the public administration and the general population. That means all the persons, and especially the elders, and also the public and private sector employees. So the executives have to understand what they need, it needs to be done, and that the employees have to follow. Our program is budgeted around 113 million euros. It's 11% of the total budget of our program. This is the key areas that we're funding. That is the areas that we're trying to teach the people, and that we see that these subjects could not be possible to be the subject of the previous decade. It's the subjects that are acceptable in our decade, because we're talking about service robotics, about 3D printing, about blockchain, about artificial ethics, and other stuff. This is advanced topics. We don't talk about the initial presentation or how to talk about basically about the fact. Now we are talking about how to educate people how to really use all these things. This was the initial budgeting that we had. We had to digital skilling, digital upskilling, how to produce digital policy analysts and all this stuff. But practically, what we are seeing is that there are two actions that have to be realized. One is regarding the upskilling public servants, and one is the reskilling or upskilling, or whatever you want to say, of the private sector employees. So we are going to offer the opportunity to private sector employees to participate in these seminars, and not only are going to we are willing for them to participate in the seminars, but we are going to pay them around 500 euros per seminar so as to participate in the seminar and to get a certification. So this is the key change regarding the education that we are offering. What is this? That this is a distance learning effort based on synchronous or asynchronous the means workshop asynchronous. So there are persons we are going to require to give some feedback and some some stuff and to upload some work regarding what are they going to say, how to share things. So we are going to make them more to be able more to participate, not to be passively passively participants in seminars. We don't want that, and we also need the certification, which is we need to know that the patient did learn what they were presenting in the seminars. So this is the effort around Greece, and well, I hope that it's going to be a very productive way of advancing the digital skills of the Greek people. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this presentation. Oyhana, how do you want to proceed? Andreas, will you be online for a while to answer questions? Do you follow?
Yes.
Because we have one more presentation to go. To do.
Okay.
How do you want to get some questions now if people have, or wait until the next presentation?
Until the next presentation.
Okay, perfect. Because we changed the program a little bit. We have,
So now Elif Kanjubut, I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Yeah, perfect. So she's going to make, come here, I will give you the mic. She's going to make us a presentation about empowering youth. Like this. Thanks. About empowering educators to foster digital literacy, right? Yeah, so I will put your PD here. This is for you. Try if it's working. Yes.
did you share it? Sorry.
Is my sound clear?
Yes.
Okay. So hello everyone, I'm Elif, and today I will talk about educational aspect of digital literacy and resilience. Let me introduce myself first. I studied social work, and afterward I did my master's degree. I have professional experience at the Ministry of Family over 4 years and collaborating with multiple groups such as youth. So today, when we are talking about digital literacy and resilience, I will also mention digital burnout and mindfulness. Let's start with how to integrate digital literacy strategies into curriculum. So there are 4 dimensions about it. First one is about integrating digital tools. It means using these tools not only one subject, in all subjects such as math, history, or geography. Second is about our training. We need to learn how to use these tools effectively. Also, we need to learn how to approach students. For example, giving directly information to the student. We need to help them or lead them to find the right information and solve the problem together. Or giving each student a project related to their own interests and enabling them to develop themselves. The last I said is close with personalized learning aspect. It means learning platforms for customizing lessons for each student's their own interests, and also digital portfolios for their self-assessment. The last one is about community partnership. It means local tech businesses offering students training programs or workshops. And I have an example about it from Turkey. Turkcell is one of the biggest telecommunication company in Turkey, and they have a program called Digital Future. They are giving training programs for youth, and afterward, they are giving career opportunities in these fields for youth. Youth centers has also same idea. They have workshops, coding clubs, and robotic programs. These two can count as integrating these strategies into informal curricula. On the other hand, there is a project called Fatih Project, and it aims to turn 40,000 schools into smart classrooms. It means each class has smart boards and each children has their tablets. After this project, there were lots of studies conducted, and the research showed students who use these smart boards has better grades than others. But I think qualitative research are more significant. Students think the lessons are more fun, and they have more examples and videos during the class, and their attention to the lesson increases. They can easily download books or educational tutorials about their interests. So we gave youth the tools and we teach how to use them, but how do we promote digital resilience among them? There are four dimensions about it. One is cybersecurity and online safety. There is a website called CyberSmart, and it provides games, also tutorials, also educational materials for youth parents or youth workers. The other one is about misinformation. Sometimes it can be hard to detect misinformation for youth. So there's a website called Checkology. This too is about preventing threats from youth. The other two is about supporting them socially and also emotionally. The social support is, there's a website called Childline. Beyond the information, they have online forums and also counselors, which if a young people experiencing online bullying or abuse or distress, they can apply and get a counselor about it. The last one is about emotional resilience. There's apps called Calm and Headspace. Have you ever heard these apps before? Yes, which one?
Headspace.
Yeah, I'm also using it. But is there another one? No, okay. You know which one? Headspace. Okay, nice. These two is for mindfulness exercises and stress management, and I will mention this part further. So, these tools, the emotional tools, can prevent digital burnout. But before preventing digital burnout, let's see how to understand. These are questions, and we can also ask ourselves to these questions, whether or not we have digital burnout or not. So first is, do I feel mentally exhausted when I use these tools extended period of times? Or do I feel isolated or disconnected? Do I find myself constantly checking my emails or notifications? Do I feel anxious or stressed when I'm not connected to my phone? These are the questions that we can understand. Do we have it or not? So is there anyone who might have? Okay. Thank you for your courage.
Checking emails the whole time.
Yeah, actually, on the plane, I noticed that even though my phone on the airplane mode, I'm checking the notification, even though I knew that there's no. So there's some symptoms that we also can understand, such as mental fatigue, anxiety, lack of motivation, some physical symptoms like eye strain, or reduced productivity, sleep issues, social withdrawal, and decreased self-esteem. We can see that it affects our mental well-being a lot. So how to prevent it? Asking these questions and knowing these symptoms is a way. to prevent it, because we know what we are dealing with. So this is about mindfulness, actually, digital mindfulness. If you're aware of digital burnout, it's a one way to prevent it. The second is about building supportive community where children or youth can share their experiences safely. The other is about creating healthy habits, such as avoiding screens before bed to improve the sleep quality. We can include families, and I can organize seminars and include families and children together. That's how an attitude can become a habit. The last one is about self-care and digital detox. It can be simply going for a walk or reading a book. Digital detox is kind of self-care, and it means taking regular breaks from screen or a day off. We are doing these activities in Turkey. I am organizing the activity for more than 1.5 years. Our activities aren't mandatory, so at the beginning, it was hard to find some participants, and we need to grab their attention. We did some activities like going in an amusement park or going for a drone festival. After they connected with each other, they said it's okay for us to just paint something or playing a boarding games. That's how we started this kind of activities as well, and they participated because they know each other after 4 or 5 activities. And that's how we noticed that they prefer connectedness and they can take a break from digital devices while we are doing these activities. So how can we incorporate these activities into training, into curriculum? First, we need tools, which Sofia mentioned. We need real tools because we are organizing these activities unstructured. We need a structure. And second, about mindfulness into curriculum, not only our participants, all children should reach this kind of exercises. And beyond the classroom, we can provide families about mindfulness exercises. And we can encourage offline family bondings, such as cooking together or going for a walk or playing some games. During this project ongoing, Merve, which is my coordinator, arranged for us a workshop. So our educator has 4 or 5 games for us, and I learned how to play these games, and I used this due to my professional life. During the event, she asked, how do you feel when you're away from technology? Did you ever lie about your usage of technological devices? And she said, please note when you look at the phone and write the reason. You also can do these exercises, and it can be counted as a mindfulness exercise. You can see which platforms do you use more. After the workshop, Merve surveyed us, and it showed that more than half of the participants, even though the participants are only youth and youth workers, don't know or a little knowledge about concepts of digital mindfulness and digital literacy. And only 1 participant have attended that kind of workshop before. It was not me, by the way. So it shows that we all need this kind of exercises more in our schools, also also outside of the schools. Today we talked about how these concepts are all integrated, and I hope I can share something new to you today. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for your presentations. I will stop sharing my screen. And I will present. If you have questions and comments, whatever, it's the moment. So please.
I don't know if it's a question. but it's more like I've been listening to you all, and we've been struggling, or not struggling, but we're aiming. Yes,
For them to hear.
yes.
We're aiming for more use of technology or more structured use of technology. And at the same time, we're saying, well, try to keep a hold on technology or mind your technology use. And it's somehow contradictory. I don't have a clear question in my mind, but it feels like we're saying technology is going to be there, use it, but then, oh, you're using it. Do you feel stressed? And the public sector comes and says, yes, perfect. We're spending so many millions, in enhancing your digital skills. All the professionals are saying in companies, perfect, more AI, use this, do this, use this technology. But at the same time, I don't know what's happening really underneath. When we go to schools, when we go to organizations, they're very, not so motivated to use technology so much or to change their technological behavior. So I feel that there's a gap or a bridge that we need to cross, or we're preaching for technology use, but at the same time, I don't know how people, there's such a huge generational gap in between. So I don't know if it's a good starting point to the discussion.
Yeah, I have one answer to one question. Because we had the same issues, because we are working a lot with technology. We're trying about AI also. We have a lot of AI implementators, how to make our life and job easier. And this is from one side. The other side is like we organize training course and youth exchange among European countries. And the main topic is tapping with no technology. Like how you can how you can develop your soft skills, like to go somewhere abandoned. You have to create your own shelter. You have to create your own food. You have to create materials that in everyday life you have everything set. You have everything ready. Okay, we know that you know how to use them, but if we take that from you away, how are you gonna deal with that? So we'll try to combine both skills, like soft skills, very hard, soft skills, and the use of technology, and to combine them. Because if you don't know, technology for us is a tool. That's a good and bad. And the knife, it's a very useful tool, but it can hurt us also someone. The point is like you have to learn how to use technology, the tool, how to do it for a good purpose. That's how you use technology. You must know how to use also other tools to create different things. That for us is like the best creative part. How I can use that is like for this specific thing, addressing in my, like say, professional life or everyday life in general. Because technology, we see like everything started from something else. And eventually went to something next because it just worked. If something is working, it does change. So yeah, in this perspective, I think balance is like the number one thing that we have to consider.
And a question for Andreas, if he hears us. You're planning a lot of initiatives for training, both public sector and the private sector. How do you motivate the people to participate? I know they get paid, but what is the motivation? What are the challenges you face?
Real answer is we don't know. We don't know if they are going to participate massively or because these are seminars addressed to people who have a lot of obligation. So we are expecting a participation rate of around 50%. So we are hoping for that. And regarding the private sector employees, we have addressed our calls to large social organizations, like the ADD increases, the social organization that has to do with representing all the employees of Greece, etc. So we are expecting that these organizations that want to promote the projects are going to promote them well in their members. And we are also have some things these social organizations are going to be paid for their work. So they have some motivation for them to promote the programs to the private sector. Regarding the public sector, it is true that as long as it is not there is not a payment for someone to participate in the program, we're expecting them to participate regarding their need to learn new digital skills, because the digital skills that we are going to have in our educational curriculum are advanced skills. So they are practical skills that they're going to use them in their work. So we see what's going to happen with these projects.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
Sorry, I have a question for the previous presenter. I have them in the
Andreas,
chat.
you have a question?
Yes. Okay. Was the program implemented in a private or public school? The program that was presented to the previous presenter, and was it implemented during or after school hours? That's my question.
It's after the school hours. We are organizing it.
Public or private?
It doesn't matter, public or private. I'm working in a social work center, so there are families coming in, getting some help from our centers. So they are giving the names of their children, and we are contacting with the families. And if they allowed us, if children wants, they can participate our activities. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I don't know if you have any other questions or things to add to the whole day event.
No, so
And Manfredi, is it easy to get organizations working with you? You know,
Working with me as an entrepreneur.
as a life coach, as a motivator for the use of AI, of technologies?
Yeah, yeah, it's easy to find opportunities for collaboration. And I think that here in Europe, we have, for example, there's another challenge, which is migration. So I've been supporting qualified migrant women in Geneva, and now I have a project in Madrid, one of the universities there. They are bringing lots of Latino students, but then there's the problem that they want to stay, but they cannot stay sometimes due to their visa. So they're working on digital skills, on acquiring all these knowledge, skills, and abilities. However, entering the job market is quite complex. And that's when they're asking for our support to prepare a project where we will be able to have mentoring sessions and coaching sessions to support migrant students as well.
Sorry, thank you. Yeah, I wanted also to highlight this, the importance of not only training to youth, but also to educators. I mean, it's very important, the wide scope of this training in that sense. And I want to thank you all for your presentations and your contributions today. And I'm going now, if anyone wants to make any comment, just tell me, but I'm going to see it and I'm going to display my screen QR code to evaluate today's meeting. And you can just scan. It's also on the agenda that you have printed, but I will put it also here in the screen. Thank you. Okay.
to our online,
Yeah, of
to our
course.
online guests. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you, Malia. Thank you, Andreas. Andreas, it was a shame that you couldn't be with us today.
Yeah. I wanted too much.
Next time.
Next time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was just for them to. Thank you.
Thank
for
you so
connecting,
much.
of course, and for being here with us and with all these technical things. So I'm going to share my screen, and when you can, you go out there and you have the certificates of attendance for today's event too. You only have to write your names, and there are 2 copies. One is going to be for the project, and the other one is going to be for you. They are signed and stamped, so you only have to put your name and take one for you. Okay? They are over there. That's it. That's it. Yes, please.
A small announcement. I received a call earlier from our project officer. It seems our interim report was cleared. So congratulations. Thank you very much. So we will attend the proceeding for our financement. That will be very soon, they said.
Good news. Thank you. Okay. So before we close and we make this evaluation, please do it now. It would be perfect. I would like to thank you all of the speakers, the facilitators, participants, for being here, for your contributions, for sharing your thoughts, and for just contributing and giving your opinion. I think it has been like, we have had very rich discussions indeed. So we are very happy for that. And I think that's all. Certificates of attendance, evaluation, and of course, thank you. I'm going to. No, thank you.
Thank you, Johanna, for your.
Thank you. Wait. Have you all gone through the code? Thank you. And of course, if you want, we can take a picture, all of us here, all the members and the participants. I can put in the background.
And Amalia and
Of course.
Andreas, you are dismissed.
Okay. Bye-bye.
It is very good.
Bye-bye.
Γεια σου, Αμαλία μου. Σε ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Thank you for all, and we hope to see you in the next seminar or webinar, maybe in Greece also.
Looking forward to it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.